Look, it's outside London Stadium, post-match reaction with the boys to West Ham 1, Liverpool 2. I'll be honest, I'm very proud of the way we played tonight. I thought we played a near enough perfect game. I'll get in and say, but we've been fucked tonight. We've been fucked tonight by officials.
Yeah, we've been robbed. Obviously, at the time, you don't see the replays, so I couldn't really see from where we sit. But watching the replays on the phones out here, it's a blatant penalty. I mean, Liverpool fans will be saying, "Oh, you're salty" and all that. But look, if that was happening to them, they'll be saying exactly the same thing. It's not a blatant handball. Like, he's not meant to do it, but it's handball. Handball's handball. So it should have been a penalty.
Yeah. Swings at the end of the day, it's City's hand multiple times. And the ref hasn't even gone over to look at the screen to have a look himself.
It was a weird one. We'll get into that a bit later. But I've got to say, I want to start with some positives from West Ham. I thought we started the game brilliantly again. Lucas Paqueta, what a goal that is.
Yeah, shining star today. First half.
Yeah, first half he was absolutely superb. He was running the show, and this is the thing. Give him the ball, he's got the confidence. It was good one-touch football. A good layoff from Antonio as well, and it was superb finish, and that's what we signed. That's the player it took us this long to see the player we signed, but
he's playing in the right position. For the last few months.
You're saying that? I think we've seen it the last few weeks. I think he's come alive since that Newcastle game. I think we're seeing the best of him now, and as you said, the little 1-2s, Antonio done brilliant, and it was a great finish, great goal. Great goal.
Yeah, it was a superb. It wasn't just a great goal; it was a superb move, team move. Great hold-up play by Antonio, laid it off to him, and then. I think this is. Listen, I think the fast starts. We started to look like we did last season. We look confident. The confidence is flowing through the team. But we've got to do this, and this is something we've struggled with all season. We've got to, when the iron's hot, strike it, and that's what we're not doing at the moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, we had the chance before that, didn't we? Where Bowen's put the cross in for Antonio. He's overhit it. But their equaliser, I mean, it was Fabinho dropping his shoulder, took two players out of the game, and he plays the through ball. And Gakpo, it was a great finish. You can't knock it. It was a good goal. It was a good Liverpool goal.
Apparently, there was people criticising Fabianski for it, and it looks like he got it right in the corner. It was hard. Like you said, giving the player of that quality the position that he was in, that amount of space to hit a shot.
You've got people that are watching it on telly. We haven't seen the clip back, so I want to see the clip back to really see it. Because it seems like a lot of people are saying.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think, like as I said, Fabinho, the way he just dropped his shoulder, turned, and he just took Rice and Souček out of the game, and he had that much space, and he just played that ball in. And sometimes, you just got to appreciate it was a good goal, it was a good move. And as I said, look, I can't say whether Fabianski should have saved it because where I was sitting, I thought it was just right in the bottom corner. It was a great finish.
Yeah, that's it. I think what we did wrong is we went 1-0 up and we showed them too much respect. We took a foot off the gas a little. We didn't keep pressing, putting the pressure on. We stopped doing what we did leading up to the goal. And it was just really disappointing. Really disappointing to get ourselves in that position. And, we sort of
I think you've got to expect that from Liverpool. The thing is with it, Scott, like Liverpool have had a bit of an upturn of late. I know that they're a bit shaky at the back. I know that they haven't been the greatest at the back and they're leaking goals. But you've got to appreciate the quality they got.
Exactly.
And I think we was dropping down. I thought we was doing the right thing because they can take you out of the game. They can take 3-4 players out of the game with 2 flicks of the ball. That's how well drilled they are. They've been doing the same thing for 7, 8, 9 years now under Klopp or whatever it's been. So, listen,
I think it was our pressing from the front though. Like,
exactly.
I think
we stopped doing that.
Yeah, from the back, I see what you're saying, but from the front, Antonio, like Bowen, we weren't closing them down.
I think Bowen was excellent. I thought he was brilliant today.
He's getting back to his best, isn't he? He's good at what he does. He's one of the best in the Premier League at what he does. Staying out on the wing, cutting inside. When he's on form, when you've got an on-form Bowen, it's better for the team, because he adds a lot to this team, and it showed it today. He works hard.
He's finished for the goal that got disallowed. It was a good finish.
Yeah.
And you sort of said when he went through later on in the second half, he thought just do the same thing. And that time probably he should have got his head up and crossed the ball. But it's them fine margins that I think separate teams like us and teams like Liverpool.
I'll finish with the positives because there is some negatives. Getting back to what we were last season, I think a little bit more work. People like, I don't think Cornet should have come on tonight. I think it should have been someone, maybe Fornals, coming in after a bit of confidence from Saturday. But getting back to what we was last season, and I'm starting to see, Paqueta's settling, the other players are settling. I think Aguerd was good again tonight.
Cresswell's improved.
Cress,
I've
give
got to shout out.
Yeah. And I'm confident. We're going to finish this season strong. Well, that was unlucky tonight.
Yeah, no, and we've had a tough month. We played a lot of football. And I said to you, didn't I? If you looked at the fixtures and you look at games that you thought we're not going to pick up points, Liverpool at home, is probably one that you'd have picked out. But coming into this game, I was confident we can get St. Day. I'd have said, look, a point's a good result against the Liverpool team. Liverpool. This season, you don't know what Liverpool you can play. One week you get the Liverpool that turn United over 7-0, or they lose to Bournemouth the week after. That's the Liverpool we've seen this season. But tonight, look, I can't. I thought they controlled the game. They had a lot of possession. I think they had like 20 shots, only like 4 on target, but they had a lot of the football. And you got to expect that.
I think overall, in the 90 minutes, we defended quite well. I thought Zuma and Aguerd defended really well. Declan Rice, that tackle on Mo Salah in the second half was absolutely sublime.
I think Aguerd as well. He put in some last-ditch challenges as well.
It's just certain moments switching off. It was, look, don't get me wrong, the delivery for their second goal was a fantastic corner by Robinson, but we just stood still.
Matt. No one picked Matip up, did they? And usually you think someone like Zuma would be on him, but as you said, it's a great ball and it's a great header. What can you do? You can't do much.
I look at it that way. You put a ball like that in, and your team doesn't score for it, you're asking questions.
A bit like what our under-18s put in last night for their goal.
And then if you're leaving Matip, the unity is unmarked, then I think that's a problem. And our set-piece defence has been quite strong lately. I think
we just let ourselves down tonight in that department. Really do.
But that being said, we was not helped by that referee. I mean, for me, and I'm going to say this with a pinch of salt, like allegedly and all of that sort of thing, because I won't like to get any lawsuits. But that for me is an example of the brand needing one of their poster boys to be where they need to be, because there is no other excuses for that. The fine mark, all right, it's offside, the Bowen goal, but they're checking it. They're checking it for 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. You got the handball. I mean, I don't think. How many more times? I mean, look, listen, we keep on getting these teams getting apologised to. I don't want apologies. I want to see some action.
Apologies don't help anybody.
No, because what can you do, exactly. Scott? You're getting it wrong. You're getting it wrong, and they're not changing the way they're doing things. They're getting it wrong and just going, sorry about that. Yeah. It doesn't help anybody. No. He's not putting in. What do we do? What do we do about this? As because that is, look, allegedly corruption.
Thing is, you can always understand human error, but now they've got the VAR to help them. I mean, if that was 5-6 years ago and we didn't have VAR, you could probably say, all right, but
you'd still be pissed, but it wouldn't be
they've gone to it. You can always tell. You can tell the reaction by all the players, the coaching staff. I mean, Kevin Nolan was doing his nut. David Moyes was doing his nut. They're saying check. You see, Paqueta kicked it out and turned around straight away and said, look, check the screen, and the referee just went no. So they've already made their decision.
The
it's
VAR,
ridiculous.
it was checked. I've seen it. It was checked, and they've gone with the referee's decision.
But how are they not saying at least say, look, ref,
go to the screen?
Have a look. Yeah,
that's what it's there for.
That one.
Yeah, let's just check.
Because I'm telling you, I'm going to tell you why. Because it's against Liverpool. Liverpool are not doing too well. They didn't start the season well. They needed that win to keep their brand competitive. Get back in Europe. They need things like that, and it's not coincidence. I'm sorry, but I laughed at some conspiracy theorists and all that sort of over the years, but it's not. This is not a coincidence. This sort of thing is not a coincidence.
It's not even hiding it now. And the thing is, right, you're going to get fans coming and watching this video, commenting, turning around and saying, "Oh, you just saw losers" and all this type of thing. Put the shoe on the other foot. Yeah. Tell me now, if that weren't up this other end, one, it would have been given all day long. But if it wasn't given, the Liverpool fans would be screaming exactly the same thing. There was 3 on-field...
Them? Fucking hell.
Oh, yeah. There was 3 on-field decisions tonight, for me, that if it was the other way round, would have been given. You had the high boot on Ings, which should have been given. You had the penalty, which all day long was a penalty. I don't know what planet the referee's living on.
There's a high foot in that decision as well in the penalty. Yeah. He's gone in with his foot up, so you got that decision and the handball. So you got 2 in 1 there.
See a lot of pushes in the box as well.
Yeah,
that could have been.
Yeah. And you just knew from the off. You knew we were getting nothing out of that referee tonight, and we didn't. And for him to, from what we've heard, come out and apologise that he got it wrong. It's embarrassing.
It's pathetic, mate.
It's embarrassing.
But why? I would not accept an apology.
No,
I would
but
not
it- but
accept an apology
these
because
refs have got to be
he's got a
held
chance to
accountable.
go back and see that
Yep.
on the screen. He's got a chance. He's got all the opportunities in the
But-
world to go and have a look at it.
In his defence, if they're in his ear saying, no, it weren't a penalty,
Then something needs to be done.
This is it.
That
And-
something
And
needs to be done.
but then he has to make that decision. He's thinking, well, look at the reactions. Let me just go and have a look.
That's
As
what I'm
Nicky
saying,
said,
you've seen
it took
the
him 2
players.
minutes to do the Bowen one. Why not? All he's got to do is look at that screen, look at it, and say, no, it's not handball.
Yeah.
It's not a penalty, or it's a penalty.
like you said, the fact that you had the reaction of the players on the pitch, the players were literally stopping, saying, look, it's a penalty, you need to go and look at it. Look, it says it all. It's embarrassing. It's
I
embarrassing.
mean, what is that? I mean, look, we've had this now for 5 years. Is it 5 years? 4 years.
4 years.
4 years we've had VAR. I still don't know who makes decisions, who can override who can the referee turn around and go, do you know what? There's something going on. They're so blatantly like, can I just go and have a look at it?
Yeah, the referee
Or-
can do that.
So why don't they?
Exactly.
I think it's because they stick together, didn't they?
That's
the
the
problem.
Together when it's the Liverpools, the Man Uniteds, and the Man Cities, but all I'm seeing is these smaller clubs getting
I
apologised.
mean,
to
you've
when
only
you
got to
make
look
that.
at the Cornet goal at Chelsea away at the beginning of the season,
Yep.
that got disallowed. You remember that?
Yeah.
You know when who was it? Bowen, wasn't it, with the goalkeeper?
Corruption.
Yeah,
but
this
that's
is the
it.
thing. These VAR people, they think they're helping the ref and sticking by the ref. They're throwing him under the bus because it's his face out there, right? He's the one who's under the smoke if it's not giving the right decision and he hasn't checked it. So if they're telling him, nah, don't check it, then they're putting pressure on him because they're thinking they're going, oh yeah, I don't want to overrule him. I don't want to undermine him. No, you're there to help and support the ref.
If you've got that technology, and this technology is meant to be doing what it's meant to be doing, I want to see some heads rolling over this. Not just this. Not just. I'm not just saying it because it's a weather, but there has been multiple times. This is the
You had
fourth
the
season.
Not only that, mate. Sorry, you had the Brighton at Spurs the other
Yeah.
week. You look at all the decisions, and then they come out the next day and they apologise. Like, so why learn from that game? Learn from that game, and then you don't make mistakes like tonight. But they're not learning. That's the problem.
Hollow apologies, mate. If you have to keep apologising after you've wronged someone, it doesn't mean anything. It's just
That's like me just keep like robbing your house and just saying sorry the next
Yeah,
day.
sorry, mate.
Sorry, mate. You ain't got a settee.
This is why refs need to be mic'd up on the pitch, and refs need to explain every
They should be
decision.
doing interviews, Scott.
They should be doing it.
They should be doing interviews.
But they should be explaining the decision on the pitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not hard to do. They can do it. They should do it. Rugby, they do it.
In another league. I don't know if it was the French league. They were showing it and it was brilliant. Like they trial runned it, and it made it so much clearer for the fans.
Aussie League, they've done it. I know they've trialled it in the Aussie League.
It makes it clearer for us, but then the players are getting the explanations as well.
They don't want it
Of course not.
because
it's undermining them.
it's not undermining them.
exposes it.
It's exposing them.
Yeah,
it's
this is-
exposing it for what it is.
This is why I feel a little bit sorry for Aston Villa, because the run they're on, they're near enough breaking into that top four. You know,
They
something's going to go their way where they're going to get.
They don't want Aston Villa.
No, of
in
course
that,
they don't.
in
They
that
want the
Champions
Leicesters, the
League.
West Hams, and
I
they've
mean,
they've proved that over the last 2 years.
But the one they do want is the Newcastle. You know, they're sort of getting.
Some of them don't want it, but some of them do want it.
Yeah, it's just,
And that's the thing. But that's your one team. That's your one team breaking up the pack. They don't like more than one team breaking up the pack.
no.
But I just got to say on us, right, is I think our major weakness is we have plan A. And if plan A don't work, we just have a different version of plan A, which is swap players out like for like. And I don't feel any confidence that the players coming on can lift us, can change it, because they're being asked to just do the role of the players that they've replaced.
I think Danny
Ings is a
Ings,
different player, then.
Danny Ings up front on his own, like doing the Antonio role, don't work. You see when he got put through. I know Alisson's good at what he does. He's always on the edge of the box. He reads that. But an Antonio would have got stuck in there and maybe gone in for that 50-50. But Ings looks like he gets going and he just can't go.
We're not utilising certain players. You know, we brought Danny Ings in. He's got a good goal scoring record. He's a good striker. He's a good player.
He's a box player.
Yeah, but we don't utilise his strengths. We play the same way and expect him to do the same job that Antonio does.
We should have. I know Antonio was looking tired, but we should have at least chucked them on together for 10-15 minutes just to see what could happen, because I think that's what happened.
Exactly.
You look against Forest, Ings got his 2 goals by being in the 6-yard box.
Exactly, and that's where you need to then be direct and have direct wingers, natural-footed wingers on the ball, throwing the ball into the box.
I am very, very, very confident that we'll be way out of this.
We're heading in the right direction, and I think overall we've hit form at the right time. And as long as we do it in the Europe, that's the main thing. That's where it counts, because I think we're on our way out of this relegation.
I think one more win, I think will be enough. That'll be us safe. You know, try and get that win. Look, Palace, it ain't going to be our game, but they seem to be a little bit on their holidays at the minute. Yeah. So let's get that win.
We've still got Leeds here. We've still got Leicester to play.
Leicester away. So
yeah, Leicester away. We've got Man United next Sunday. You know, it's another team that
They've got a lot of injuries, key injuries. We've got to fancy ourselves.
They've got an FA Cup final to look forward to as well.
We've got to back ourselves for that.
But yeah, no, look, I've been proud of this team for the last few weeks. They've shown. I said it after the. I forgot who we beat here. Fulham. Who did we beat here at home? I can't remember now. But we showed a bit of fight, and ever since that, I thought, yeah, do you know what? There's a bit of fight in this team.
You probably think of Ghent.
No, not Ghent. I can't remember who it was now. I don't know.
The Arsenal draw.
Yeah, it was the Arsenal draw. We didn't win, see? But yeah, the Arsenal draw. We come out of that, and I thought, yeah, there's a bit of fight in that team, you know, and we can. I think we will stay up. Palace, we always seem to get a result at Palace. It won't be easy. They lost last night, you know, but they've sort of pulled themselves away. You know, results are sort of going our way. You know, you had the Leicester and Leeds draw last night, so I'm confident we can pull away, get a couple more wins, and then obviously Europe. You know, it's ours for the taking, and hopefully we can do it and end this season on high. And look, we was at the under-18s game last night, and look, you see in their faces what it meant to them to win a trophy. Imagine what it'd be like with, you know, the first team and 60,000 fans, and it'd be massive for the football club.
If we can get ourselves safe, another 1 or 2 wins, would you start bringing some of them youngsters to give them a bit of experience? I mean, some of them look really young, and I think some of them have got a lot of bulking up to do, but there's a couple there that I looked at last night and I was thinking, do you know what, a place on the bench for that boy coming on for 5-10 minutes here, I don't think that would be a bad thing.
The thing is, if we're safe and you're concentrating on Europe, you know, you can do that. Look at the players who you're looking at the end of the season to get out the door, and then bring the youngsters in to replace them on the bench and give them some minutes.
Leicester away, play the under-18s if we're in that European final. But no, like...
I'll have a game if
the thing is, you look at some... I mean, Mabama, he's obviously been involved in the first team squad. You've got Scholes at left-back. You've got Marshall, who looks tidy. There's a lot of talented players in the under-18s. And it was a good game of football. Even Arsenal, they had a lot of talent on that pitch. Like, the future looks like bright for the game because I'm hoping that these players do get chances.
And to be fair, they play some good football at that level. It's some good football, you know, and that's what was refreshing to see last night. It weren't no hoofball. It weren't. Both teams took it to each other and played a game of football.
Well, out of that 99 Cup final team, I think 3 or 4 burst into the first team, and I'm hopefully. You know, we'll see a few coming in.
We'll keep hold of them this time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but listen, unlucky the boys. I hope it doesn't knock their confidence too much. I'm pretty confident we'll get a win at Palace. But thank you very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match reaction. Go and check out all the fan cams that we've done when we'll be building up towards the Crystal Palace game on Saturday. Check us out on Friday Night Pint as well. And one thing left to say, come on, your irons.